Hello my friends, this is I think the sixth part of the Laravel scraping tutorial, and it will be the last of the final of the last three parts, which is the advanced scraping, where we took on scraping a bit more complex website. So in the last part we actually finished the main part of the scraping. Now we have our results and we're just gonna get the data out of them. This is actually a bit of repetition. Maybe we did this in tutorial number 3, but I wanted to do this once again to really grasp how we're working with the Sooner parser to get some more data. And in the next tutorial, we're already going to be moving to another subject, which will probably be pagination. But for now, let's proceed from where we stopped. If you haven't seen the last tutorials, I suggest you go back and watch them. Otherwise, you might be a bit confused. So yeah, let's do this. All right. So we're actually printing the influencer card. We know this is the song items is from the previous tutorial parts, so we're gonna replace them with the value of influencers, and this is actually gonna be don't find great influencers. Did I get it wrong? Spelling influence doesn't know the word influencers well. Interesting. Influencers, and influencer, and yeah, from here on out we're just gonna repeat what we already did. So it's gonna be the influencer name, right? Influencer, yeah. So the influencer name is gonna be a trim of the influencer of find, and right here we're just gonna need to see what is this element. So okay, now that's annoying. Look, this is also a bit challenging because because we don't have a class here. We don't have a class on its parent. Okay, but we have a class on the middle. So yeah, it's middle, then h4, then a. Okay. So is it a div? Is middle a div? Yes, it's middle is a div. So I can see that I can see two things. First of all, I didn't close the line here, which is a mistake, but I'm really tired. It's like 5 a.m. Actually, I've been recording tutorials all night long for you guys. Okay, so enough of crying. Middle. So the middle actually contains a few things. The title it contains. Look. Okay, this is actually going to be interesting parsing. We're going to learn some things from it, because in the previous example we had a really easy life. We had a class for everything. Here we don't have a class for nothing, so we're going to have to use a few more aspects of the Sooner package. So it's good that I decided to do it. Okay, though the middle is going to be the parent, because I'm going to use it a few times. So I will just call it influencer middle div, right? And I'm gonna grab with the div with the class middle. I don't need the text here. It's gonna be 0 index because it's the first one, the first and only one inside every influencer. And now I'm gonna get the name. So it's gonna be different. It's gonna be trim of Now what? Yeah, it's better to keep it understandable. So this one is gonna find the h4 element, the first h4 element, and inside the h4 we have this link, right, which has the name. So right, and now we're gonna keep looking and we're gonna find the link with the first index, and this time we're actually gonna take the text, not the href. Last example we took the href because we needed the link itself. This time we're gonna take the text, and let's see if I got it right. Okay, let's see if I got it right, if I get the influencer name correctly. This is the old functionality, we don't need it anymore. Did I get it? Chiara. Okay, nice. So Chiara, who is Chiara? What? Oh, that's weird. Chiara? Why am I getting some kind of Chiara? I think I know what's going on here, but listen. I think. Okay, let's do something to debug this, and then I probably already found my mistake, and it's late. I'm tired, but I think it's good for this tutorial because it's something very important. I'm gonna echo the influencer name instead of var dumping it, because this var dumps and dies, and I'm gonna prevent the counter limit. I wanna see all the names that this is returning, and yeah, so these are all the names. I could break a lie, but I don't really care. So Chiara, this is the name. If I refresh, let's see. Okay, you see, suddenly Chiara disappeared, so it's kind of giving us random names, which only makes me think, and it's also, I can already see it's giving me a lot more results than I can see here. Because here I have 9 members, because I extended search from 0, but I had 7 before. But here I have much more, and I can even prove it. Like if I run, if I just dump and die, dd, yeah, you see I have 30 results. Okay, so it's basically the search is not working, and I know why it's not working. I know, because I was a bit stupid. I made a silly mistake, and we're gonna verify it right now. If we go back to the influencers page, so if we're gonna go, these are the response headers, but right, these are the actual request headers. So look what's going on here. First of all, this is the accept header, which we added before, which we were missing. But where is it? Right. This is the search query params. I actually thought that passing them like this with the full URL will work. Apparently it didn't. So what we need to do is from here, where those params are starting, I'm gonna remove all this string. I'm not gonna run it yet, and now I'm actually gonna need to pass the params via the get request, like I should have done in the first place. So this is of course a JSON string, but we can do it using the params. This is the params. This is the method parameter. This is the URL parameter. This is the params parameter, this array here. I could even make it a bit more organized by saying params equals a certain array, right? And here we have it's called I think it's called query, right? It's gonna be the query is gonna be containing all of this code. Don't pay attention to it being broken, and it's also gonna contain. Okay, let me fix them first. Come on. Okay, so the query is gonna contain all this code, which is gonna be actually a PHP array. So just a bit of ordering here. I just need to add quotation marks whenever they're needed, and change this to arrows like this, and add commas here. I'm gonna pause the video and fix it. Great, so there it is. I just fixed it to be in a PHP array format. And now I'll just add the headers here, and I'll just replace all of this with params. This way it will be much more organized, much more correct, much more organized. And now we can actually run it. Let's see. Okay, so I can already see a core here, which is here. Yes, those are the correct names. So yeah, you see, you live, you learn, you make mistakes, that's okay. Now we have the correct names and we can proceed with what we were doing. So I already know that if I'll var dump the influencer name, I'll get it. Yes, so this is our first name. We're gonna be orienting of this user. Now we need to get how to call it. It's I think it's the user's Instagram name. So here we have a bit of a challenge, because once again we have no classes here, and we have a couple of p elements, so we're probably gonna have to use some kind of nth child. Oh, but sure, we have the index for that. We have the index which we have already used. This will be p indexed as 0. This will be indexed as 1, containing the tags, and this will be indexed as 2. Right? Yeah, problem solved. Let's get this one. Okay, so I'm gonna call it the influencer Insta name, and yeah, the trim is good here. Why not? But it's once again the influencer middle div. Only this time we're getting a p element. We're getting the first one, and we're just getting its text. There is no link here, I think. Or is there? Oh, there is a link there. Right. So I'm not gonna be taking this href, but I already showed you how to take the href in the previous tutorial. Just take the text, it's enough. So yeah, there is a link. Let's var dump it. I'm gonna check every param to make sure that I'm correct. Right. Okay, next one is this p. Okay, this actually contains tags, so it contains multiple spans. Fine, no problem here. So I'll use you later. Come on. So influencer tags. Influencer tags is gonna be, there is no trim here. it's gonna be, there is no text here. So we're getting the P with the index 1, which is the second P, and then it contains many spans with this class name. Fine. So then we find all the spans, span with the class of this. So this is actually not zero index, it's all of them, because we're gonna loop them, right? We're not gonna loop them now, but we could have looped them if we needed to, I don't know, put them into a database or something like that. For our purpose, we'll just print them. We'll just print them. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And the last one. Well, I think I can stop now, because once again, this is just the third child with the index 2. Inside it there is a span. It also has a class. I can choose it either by class or by index. Right here, what do we have here? Here we have a class of bottom, so we can grab it. Pull left, pull right, we have classes. Inside we just grab this I element. You see, it's the same thing. So I think you can stop here. To proceed with those examples would be kind of redundant. I think most of you already understood the working process here. So yeah, we can stop. We can end the tutorial here. You can keep practicing. I've uploaded this to a Git repository, by the way, and I'm gonna commit and push my changes right now. So I'm just gonna git add, git commit -m, and I'm just gonna say added advanced scraping function, right? And I'm gonna soon push it into the repo. But last thing I wanted to say, I realized that in previous tutorials I spoke a lot about why is it illegal or unethical to do scraping, because you might overload someone else's server and all of this, but I think I forgot to mention the fact that taking this data from this website is actually illegal, because this is probably copyright protected content. You know, this website actually works with those influencers. It collects this data, so taking this data and putting it in your website might be you know, a criminal offense. It might be. I think it probably is. Once again, it depends on the website you're working with, but this is also something you want to consider where scraping websites, where taking their data. You need to understand what are you doing this for. Are you just collecting web statistics, which might be fine, or do you want to take this data and use it on your own website? This might be illegal. So once again, this is your decision. This is something you need to think about. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna stop talking now. I think I have talked enough. And in the next tutorial, we're probably gonna be going over paginating, scraping multiple pages. And I think we're later on in the series, we're gonna make a bot that actually follows external links on the page and goes to the next website and goes to the next website to the next website, and actually starts to create some kind of a net of websites and stores this info into your database. And I'm also thinking about a few more interesting examples for this scraping series. I will really try to finish it in the near future. And I want to thank everyone for watching, which is right now no one, because those are my first tutorials, but I hope that some people will find them useful. and I want to wish everyone a good time of day, and for me it's good night because I'm going to sleep. So see you next time.